What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. Looks like the Clippers could be getting some more help. They be getting some more help sooner than later. Now, we know Kawhi Leonard is the one that we want to come back, along with Paul George, everything. That's been projected that, he could possibly come back after the play-in tournament going into the first round. The speculation is pretty high, but we'll have to just wait and see how that goes. But looks like they could be getting some more help sometime soon, which is their recent trade acquisition in Norman Powell. And Norman Powell definitely will be a big part of what they do going forward. And I definitely think that, he can help them a lot in regards to, both ends of the floor, but mainly predominantly their offense, because like I said, the Clippers definitely could use more offense. Even though they got Paul George back, he can definitely use extra added piece on offense. And I don't know if they'd have Norman Powell coming off the bench or not, or, whatever the case may be. But, he still would be a valuable piece for them, if he can definitely come back and, definitely help them win. Help them win out possibly the rest of the season. Because as I said before, it's always good to end the season on a high note, winning all the games you can. And, having a winning record at the end of the season, it definitely is a big thing to me, because it's like, you're playing for that pride, and you're playing to you feel like you have an accomplished season, at least. Going out with a winning record can help. And I feel like, that's something big for the Clippers. It may not be big to a lot of people, but, going out this season on a winning record with all that's happened, or with all the people they had out and trades and things like that, would be a win for the Clippers in that regard. So I hope they, lead the season with a winning record. And I feel like Norman Powell can definitely, help them do that, of course, because he definitely adds to their another depth to their offense, which he can go out there and put up big numbers himself. So, shout out to the Clippers for doing all they've done this season, with and without Kawhi and PG, and even Norman Powell some, when he came and got acquired. But, hopefully they end the season on a high note. And it's good that they be able to get him back as well. The projected time is 7 to 10 days from now. He should be back on the floor. And 7 to 10 days, that means it'd be like 2 or 3 games left for them in the season, actually. So, that would be, good for the Clippers, because they'll definitely need him going into the play-in tournament, because they're going to need all the firepower they can have. Because I think the play-in tournament is going to be a little bit more difficult than what some people think, because you got to understand everybody's trying to fight to get that last seed to get into the playoffs, actual playoffs, and, winner take all, one game elimination basically. So, you're going to get the best out of every team, more so than what you might even believe. So, hey, it's going to be a dogfight in there. So the Clippers are going to need all the offense and defense they can get. And I think with Robert Covington and Norman Powell, being Swiss Army knives, basically, with Paul George being there and Reggie Jackson playing pretty good, and you chip in with, maybe Marcus Morris or somebody like that, I feel like the Clippers can definitely make some noise in the playoffs. Not saying they can win the whole thing, because, that would be, amazing if they did that. But, right now, based upon what they have on the floor, and if Norman Powell comes back, they can at least get out the play-in tournament. And that's what they want to do. They want to find themselves, get out the play-in tournament, actually get into a real 7-game series and see what happens from there. That's pretty much, that should be their MO. That should be what their thought process is right now. And like I said, getting more help back in Norman Powell can definitely better your chances. I like Norman Powell. I like the way he plays on both ends of the floor. I like his basketball IQ. I've even liked him when he was in UCLA a long time ago. I always liked his intangibles. So I feel like, Ty Lue definitely likes what he sees in him as well, which is the reason why they made the trade for him and Robert Covington. So, but Norman Powell is a big key piece to what this team can do. And I feel like, I don't know if they'd have him coming off the bench or in the starting lineup. I'm not exactly sure. But either way, he's just one of them guys where he plugs in well in anywhere you put him. So I like their chances with him. And I feel like that's a big acquisition coming back for them, because like I said, they could use all the offense they can. And then on top of that, it takes more pressure off of Paul George not having to have a night like he had the other night when they were down by 25. He pulled out a, big performance with 34 points and like 6 assists, which is really good by him. But at the same time, you don't want to put that type of pressure on Paul George every night because he might give out of gas, or he is coming off an injury still, so you still got to be wary of that. And you don't want to push too much out of him because you still got to go through the play-in tournament and then actually get into the real playoffs. A 7-game series, it could be very, very difficult, very tough. So I hope that the Clippers find room to add Norman Powell in, and he stays healthy. First of all, add him in to where he can be effective and take a little bit more pressure off of Paul George offensively until Kawhi Leonard comes back. Now, like I said, hopefully Kawhi Leonard comes back after the play-in tournament. Hopefully within the first round, he'll make a return. Hopefully, because that's the notion that he might be working towards that, and that's what the reports say out there. So we'll go with that until otherwise. But it's really a waiting point at this point, just to see, what happens and how everything transpires with Kawhi, because he's the biggest piece, the main piece, the masterpiece, and the most valuable piece that the Clippers are going to need to, take it to that next level, I believe, So, like I said, I'm glad to see Paul George back because he's definitely a part of that, big piece too that can help the Clippers, do a lot of great things as well. So definitely don't want to take nothing away from his talents. But getting Norman Powell back will definitely be a huge upgrade, for them as well. Because like I said, their journey to make it to the actual first round of the playoffs is going to be a tough one. I just don't see it being easy. The play-in tournament's going to be tough. So like I said, having Norman Powell back right before they go into the play-in tournament will be big for them. At least he'll get maybe 2 or 3 games under his belt in regards to, playing, getting a little bit of a rhythm as much as he can, and then go into the play-in tournament and let it all hang out, because that's exactly what the Clippers are going to have to do. Nothing's guaranteed. And like I said, it's a possibility, very slim chance, but it's a possibility the Clippers can face the Lakers again in a play-in tournament. That'll be 5 times in one season. That'll be tough to do. That'll be a tough game. If they had to play the Timberwolves, that'll be a tough game in the play-in. So, it's, and then hypothetically, if the Timberwolves get to the 6th seed and, Denver falls into the play-in, well, they'd have to play Denver, again in a playoff spot where, last time we know what happened, but it'll be tough to beat Denver as well, So, that play-in is going to be tough. So I feel like Norman Powell coming back is just what the doctor ordered, just what the Clippers needed, to have that type of confidence that they have another player coming back to get some more help so they can, try to keep their season alive. You hate to see the Clippers go into the play-in tournament and get knocked out or anything like that due to injury and not having everybody, and, people are still hurt. Of course it's going to be that way anyway because Kawhi isn't there, but at the same time, you want to have all the firepower you can going into battle like that because it's only going to better your chances. And like I said, if they had to play Denver, if they fell into the play-in tournament for some reason, or the Timberwolves, that would be tough. And possibly if the Lakers make the play-in tournament, you might have to play them again. That's definitely going to be tough because, like I said, beating the team 5 times in one season is unheard of, or rarely ever happens. So, the play-in tournament is going to be tough. We know that. And, Clippers Nation and the Clippers organization, got to expect it. Definitely expect that to happen. So, getting more help definitely doesn't hurt. And it's good to see Norman Powell come back, too, because it's, he was a trade acquisition. So, you definitely don't want to see those players get hurt either because they're trying to learn the team, learn the chemistry, learn the Clippers way and the, how the chemistry is around there in the locker rooms and stuff. And he hasn't had much time to be around them. So this will definitely help build a little bit more towards the success that they're trying to get to. And, adding pieces like him definitely is a big thing. And I definitely think it can help. So, hopefully he can come next. And then, Kawhi comes after. And then, hey, now the Clippers are looking like a championship team. And I tell you what, if Kawhi comes back, the rest of the West is going to start really shaking. They're going to start, they're going to be a little more weary than what they are now. Because right now, I don't think they're paying attention to the Clippers as much. Paul George is good, but they're looking at if Kawhi comes back, now we have a problem. So, like I said, the Clippers just need everything to fall into place, fall into line, and go for it this year if they could. If Kawhi can come back, definitely do that because it's up for grabs. The championship is definitely up for grabs this year. So I want to see the Clippers, have a hand in it and see what they can do, and hopefully they can possibly win a chip if they can get healthy enough. But like I said, first things first, get through the season. Try to get through the season with a winning record if you could. Getting Norman Powell back with 2 or 3 games left is a positive. Go into the play-in tournament, find your way out the play-in tournament. That's pretty much what the Clippers need to be focused on right now, is find a way to finish the season with best record as possible and go into the play-in tournament and find a way out of it and actually get into the first round of the playoffs and see what happens and see how it goes from there, hopefully getting Kawhi Leonard back. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section as always. And hey, Cali out.